Hello students, in this session we will see looping control structure. Within that we will see while loop examples. Learning objective. Here in this session you will learn what and how to use looping control structure like while with an example. Session outcomes. After the session you should be able to use branching and looping control structures and write a C program with a few more functionalities. Prerequisites. You should have learnt first unit and input-output statements in the C programming language. So let us see an example program which is using while loop. Here the program will calculate the simple interest for 3 sets of principal amount, number of years, rate of interest. Thus there are 3 sets of P and R values. So we have to calculate the simple interest for each of the set. In this is a main function. Therein we are declaring a 3 integer variables, P for principal amount, N for number of years, and this count is for counting. It acts as a counter. And we have declared 2 float variables, R is for rate of interest, SI is for simple interest. And we have initialized the integer variable called count to 1. This is initialization. As we have seen in the previous session, while loop would always will have an initialization before it, and there will be a condition, and then there will be a incrementation statements. So here count equals to 1 is a initialization statement. After that, in the while statement here, we are saying count less than or equal to 3. This is a condition. In the first execution flow, the count is 1 and 1 is less than or equal to 3. It will be true. So it will enter inside the while loop. Here, enter values of P, N and R will be displayed to the user, and he will be entering the corresponding P, N and R values, and it will calculate a simple interest, and simple interest will be printed to the user. After that, this will be an incrementation because the body has executed once. Since the body has executed once, we can increment this counter by 1. Count equals count plus 1. Once again, the flow of execution or the control flow would go back to the while statement. Here, the count was 1. 1 plus 1 would be 2. The count would be now 2. So here in the while loop, this 2 is less than or equal to 3 will be true. Once again, the flow of execution enters the body of the while loop. Once again, it will display this statement, enter the values of P, N and R. The user will enter the corresponding values, and it will display the simple interest for him. And once again, now the count value is 2. 2 plus 1 will be now 3. The count has now 3. Once again, it will come back to the while loop here, and then 3 is less than or equal to 3. It's true now because 3 is equal to 3. So 3 is less than or equal to 3 would be true. Once again, it will enter the body of the loop. Once again, the user will just perform these actions, and then now 3 plus 1, the count will be 4. Once again, it will go up. Now in the while statement, 4 is less than or equal to 3. At this time, this condition will become false. Thus, the flow of execution will come out of the while loop, and the program will end. So here are a few runs. First, it will say enter the values of P, N and R. It will enter some values. It will display a simple interest. Second time the loop is executed, it will enter the different values and the corresponding simple interest is displayed. Third time also you'll enter a different set of P, N and R value, and it will display the corresponding simple interest. This is how while loop is used to execute a block of logic or a code, set of code lines multiple times based upon certain condition. This is a general form of the while loop. First there will be initialization. So you have to initialize the loop counter, and then in the while you have to test the loop counter using a condition, and then you will have your logic in the body of the while loop, and then you will increment the loop counter, and the code flow will once again go to the while statement. It will check the condition. If the condition is true, it will enter in the body of the loop, otherwise it will go out of the while loop. Just a recap, while control structures can be used when we want to repeat a set of instructions multiple times based on incrementation or based on certain conditions. These are references. You can use these books. Thank you.